Welcome to the 901 AI podcast, powered by the FedEx Institute of Technology at the University of Memphis. This series brings the energy of our 901 AI meetup community to the mic, where researchers, innovators, and industry leaders share how artificial intelligence is reshaping our world. From real-world applications to emerging breakthroughs, we dive deep into the ideas driving the next era of technology. Thanks for tuning in. Let's get started.
Hi, everyone. So those of you who do not know me, my name is SPEAKR. I am the director for the new research center on AI Certain. Right. So today we are really happy to have Vasileios from the other end of the state, UT Knoxville. Me and Vasileios have known each other for a couple of years now. We have collaborated on an NSF grant, and then we just in the last year we answered a couple of RFIs from the United States government on AI and education. Right. So today, Vasileios is actually leading an AI Tennessee initiative, which is a bunch of different things related to research, education, consulting, so on. So today he's going to talk about that initiative, what he's doing, and how we can collaborate across borders. So Vasileios, it's all yours.
Thank you, everybody. Good afternoon. Thank you very much for inviting me here. I'm Vasileios Maroulas. I'm an Associate Vice Chancellor and the Director of the AI Tennessee. This is a statewide initiative led by the University of Tennessee, Knoxville. We launched it about 3 years ago, and I'm here today to tell you a little bit on how we turn our vision into impact. But of course, we do that through collaboration, and University of Memphis is a key stakeholder in this roundtable, so to speak. Okay, so now the vision for the initiative is to position the state of Tennessee a leader in the global data economy. And for this, within this initiative, it is not just about the technology itself, but it's also about the strategy we put, the collaborative strategy we put forward. And that is supported by these 5 pillars here that you see: research, which is our innovation policy, how to translate discoveries into competitiveness. Education, which is twofold. Education, AI for education embedded in the curricula and helping K through 12, of course, but also upskilling the incumbent worker. Okay, so how we can do that in a meaningful way. Infrastructure. So of course, again, twofold. One is building, the HPCs, the data centers, the quantum, if you want to think a little bit down the road, but also how we can increase the human capital, the brain gain, if you like, especially in the space of artificial intelligence, to scale up our AI capabilities. And partnership, of course, this is our cooperation policy, aligning with universities, understanding each other, so we can have a distributed impact that it is greater than the sum of our capabilities. Of course, that in partnership with industries, the state and the federal government, of course, and so that no sector moves alone, but together we collaborate, we coalesce to get something bigger. And last but not least, outreach, helping the communities understand that artificial intelligence is a tool that could potentially change their way of thinking, taking out some of the redundant jobs, and therefore free up their time to do what they need to do with with their free time, and so always we talk to communities, the layman, try to showcase how you could de-risk AI, don't be afraid of it, and then use it rather than misuse it or abuse it, if you like, in their personal time. So anyway, so together all these are our Tennessee's AI Tennessee's policy architecture, if you like. So together, they ensure that our strategy is not just aspirational, but it is actionable, it is measurable and impactful for our society, for our life here in Tennessee. So let me give you a sense of the current state of the art, current state of the AI Tennessee, and a sense of investment. So we have a little bit over than 300 thought leaders and AI innovators driving the AI R&D. We have we put a good investment into that, which has materialized $30 million in sponsored R&D. That's federal grants, industry-led projects, and so on, state projects, state-funded projects, and so on and so forth. So that showcases that there is a breadth that makes AI Tennessee very unique, and it is not just a college or a lab, but it's more systematic. And last but not least, I kind of spoke earlier on about this is talent. So we are putting a lot of clustered hiring on artificial intelligence, and not just foundations for sure, foundations of artificial intelligence, but also hiring folks who will translate the AI innovation into some domain of expertise. Okay, so we always need these translators, these bridging actors between AI and engineering, science, business, and so on and so forth. So, so basically, this showcases that there is the capacity, there is the investment, and the talent, and that together gives us a base to move beyond just programs into strategy and societal impact. So our approach now in AI innovation is very sector driven, okay, and with a deliberate logic behind it. So we align quite a bit with the state's priorities and the economic sectors of the state of Tennessee. And again, it's very easy with artificial intelligence to try to plug it in multiple domains. We remain more concentrated, if you like. We don't try to spread thin, and certainly we pinpoint and we underline more the application part of artificial intelligence, more the applied AI. Certainly, we invest in foundations, as I mentioned earlier, with several clustered hires that we had. Last year, they were approximately 11 to 12, I can't remember, either 11 or 12 open positions on the foundations of AI. That means machine learning, reinforcement learning, scientific machine learning, and stuff like that. Okay, so let me tell you a little bit what we do in these 6 highlighted domains here that I have. So materials and manufacturing. So Tennessee is certainly a manufacturing state. I think we can agree very easily in this. So here the policy, if you like, is about economic competitiveness. So ensuring our factories, the supply chains, the advanced materials industries remain globally competitive through artificial intelligence. So that's, in some sense, industry in action, if you like. Prediction agriculture, certainly rural economies are particularly important in the state. So here is about food security, sustainability, and in general empowering farmers with AI tools. And we have a lot of projects that we invest in these various categories. So safety and security, this is from national defense to protect communities. In general, AI becomes like a resilience lever. And we think the AI Tennessee is not only about the cyber threats, but also our faculty, our research ask questions about national security involving artificial intelligence. And for example, how we can secure supply chains. Okay. Energy, and especially nuclear energy. In this part of Tennessee, like when the DOE Secretary of Energy came a few months ago, discussed about the nuclear renaissance and how important artificial intelligence is playing in that domain. So we collaborate with our partners there, the URNL, TVA, and so on and so forth. So in health, it's about rural clinics, hospital, medical research, electronic health records. So we have projects like that. We work quite a bit with our Memphis campus, the UT Health Science Center. Something that I forgot to mention, in a project that has to do with weather prediction and applications to agriculture, we are working directly with PIs here at the University of Memphis, UT Knoxville, UT Health Science Center, and University of Memphis. In general, we have started supporting more and more of these projects that they go beyond our campus. Okay, so keep that in mind. And in general, we want to reinforce and establish strong ties, strong collaboration ties in that way, so we can achieve more together. As I said, the goal is to create a system that, when it comes to AI innovation, achieves more than just the sum of the various stakeholders, more of an impact on the exponent, if you allow me to say. I'm not trying to be to use a hyperbolic tone, but I come from that. I'm quite passionate about this project, so to speak. Passionate is a bad word because it involves it's about feelings. It's not about feelings. It's really, we need to push the needle in AI innovation, and I come from that background. So anyway, and last but not least, in business intelligence and workforce development, so we are supporting Tennessee companies. We don't tell them what they should be doing with the AI, but rather we have an open dialogue. We allow them to come to us. They they tell us their needs, and we meet them with, we meet their needs. So we don't develop an AI for business, one size fits it all kind of umbrella. We try to sit and understand either it's workforce development, or it is an industry, or it is a project that requires an AI solution. We listen before we act. Okay, and again, in the workforce development is coming from a university. It might be very easy to say, okay, here is a package that you should be, learning from. We don't do that. We listen to them and we try to provide. Of course, there is a generic component, but also, if they have a question on a specific data set that is useful to them, we use that data set as an example how AI can solve some of these challenges that they might be having. Okay. All right. So, of course, AI-driven. We live in an AI-driven workforce revolution. So the opportunity is enormous. For example, there is these statistics. We can see them floating around. For instance, $1.8 US trillion for AI in 2030. That will be the US market size. There's going to be a 7% increase in the global GDP due to Gen AI in the next 10 years. Now, how this impacts Tennessee? 500,000 of the jobs, they will be augmented or replaced by artificial intelligence. So basically, we need to do something to help the incumbent worker, the mid-career worker, not to be left behind, but help them understand on how to smoothly as possible adopt artificial intelligence and adapt AI into their needs. So what we did is we launched AI TechX, which is our industry consortium. So the purpose is very simple. The mission you see there: serve industry, academia, communities, accelerating AI innovation and enabling high-impact job creation across sectors from Tennessee and beyond. So I'll show you in a little bit our partners. We just launched that back in, 6 months ago, March 2025, with various industry friends. And of course, the strategic pillars here of the industry consortium is advancing the AI research and innovation, repelling, upskilling, and reskilling the workforce, and enabling AI adoption for Tennessee industries. And we also had a seed fund that this is just an example. It was just a very small investment that we put towards these partnerships to potentially catalyze a larger conversation. So the idea with the AI TechX is bring together not only Fortune 500, but also startups, small, medium enterprises, potentially start generating IP through these university industry partnerships, and the larger companies mentor some of the startups and potentially acquire them if that's what they might want to do. So let me show you where we are now with things. So we launched in March. So we have so many companies working with us. The VW down in Hamilton County, Chattanooga, Cisco, IBM, and we want actually to be all over the map, and that's why partnerships are very important. We started small with the Knoxville campus. So here is a proposition, here is an invitation for you all to get involved, if you like, in something like that. And we're working with agencies. It's an ag precision company all the way to Crockett County. That's much closer to where we are here today. But all I wanted to show you is, again, AI Tennessee. I want to underline this. Yes, we leading out of our campus, but it's more about the state impact and collaboration across the state. Also, another interesting fact. Vibrant that you see over there is a quantum AI company that they are thinking to move into the state of Tennessee right now. So we're building this type of relationships in Tennessee, across also Southeast and other states, with the potential to, again, increase the IP generation within that scheme, within that AI TechX consortium. And again, as I said, at the same time, we invite small and medium enterprise. It's not just the Fortune 500 or the very big companies, but anybody in between. And startups actually can join the consortium for free. Okay. So hopefully this entire ecosystem, one day, maybe we can say that SPEAKR and I and other collaborators will just started a Silicon Valley type, a Tennessee Silicon Valley ecosystem. That would be wonderful. I can go and retire after that. So anyway, so this is where we start right now. Now, when it comes to together with the AI TechX, we are also building a robust workforce strategy. So also 3 years ago, we launched at Knoxville the College of Emerging and Collaborative Studies. So this is like a delivery engine for AI upskilling, and it launched the very first degree in applied artificial intelligence in Tennessee. And we launched that back in fall 2023. And since then, some of these numbers are older now. But anyway, because there is the fall 2025. But in the spring 2025, it was 620% increase in enrollments that we experienced on our campus. Also, again, this college, it's not only about AI and education for our students. By the way, it's a college that does not have a faculty. It has a few teaching faculty, but a lot of the breadth is borrowed by other colleges. Okay, so a lot of these courses, the program, the way that it's been scheduled is some of the courses are the very fundamentals, very basics, are in this in KEX, in the College of Emerging Collaborative Studies. But then as the program, as the student moves on into the program, then they take courses from computer science, statistics, information science, mathematics, or domain sciences that are using artificial intelligence, as a matter of fact. So it is as they like to us, that college is very proud to say, and rightfully so, it's about stackable credentials that is being. Now, if I flip the coin and I talk now about workforce development, we are working with KEX with this as well. So that's our delivery engine, AI engine for workforce development. Again, company-wide has certain needs. We talk with them, and then we develop a tailored workforce development program for that company-wide. So if it's in manufacturing, certainly there are some very specific things we do, but also, again, if there is a challenge within that company, the examples we use are filtered through the challenges that these companies have. Okay. And again, the AI that we're trying to do is not about becoming an AI engineer, but it's more to understand how to work with artificial intelligence. Of course, here, speaking of workforce development, speaking of AI education, we are working with all kinds of levels and all kinds of career pathways. Of course, there is the study that says like 90% of the knowledge sector jobs using artificial intelligence, they are AI-enabled professionals. So we need to make them by deploying AI and trying to teach them how to adapt it. Of course, there is an intermediate step, which is the 9% of that. These are the folks that, they might develop AI solutions powered by some LLM, so on and so forth. And also, we are interested in, and certainly we invest into that 1%. it sounds very small as a number, but it's very critical for the innovation because these are more the PhD students, let's say, or they are the ones that they will drive the artificial intelligence innovation of the future. So we are, and again, I'm not trying to say that this is how we do it, but I'm not trying to say that this is how everyone should be doing it. It really depends on the community, the student population interest, obviously, and other factors that universities want to put as a strategy for. But we are working across all of those, but also within each sector, within each step that I showcase here, there are different needs, especially, and the difficulty there and the challenge is the 90%, because a doctor or the C-suite will interact with artificial intelligence in a very different manner than someone who is, I don't know, is a manufacturing engineer or is an operational analyst and whatnot. So within this 90%, there is a whole vertical of positions that they deploy AI in a totally different manner than the rest. Of course, as we close in the funnel, again, even that 1%, they innovate in the AI space, but they might be innovating in a specific domain, which is not very much transferable to another domain. Okay, there are different needs. So all I'm trying to say here is we focus on all the talent pipelines, but also the depth within each step of these career pathways. Okay, so what makes AI Tennessee unique? Again, I hope it is clear by now that it is not just a university initiative, a program. It's an opportunity for a statewide strategy. So for building an AI ecosystem. So here is my principles and my policy principles. Start with open communication. So basically across the various partners, being universities, being industry, or public organizations. And the focus is on coordination rather than consolidation. The goal is not for AI Tennessee to build one central AI hub, but rather invest in distributed impact. So we're also launched AI for Business, which is kind of interface looking at specific data, how AI in Tennessee looks like, and what is the workforce needs in AI in Tennessee versus another state. So, for example, if someone wants to compare, or if they are thinking about relocating and things like that. Okay. Of course, there's a great need in investing in shared infrastructure from data, computing, and training resources so everyone can use. And of course, for Tennessee, this is a very interesting map that we had Boston Consulting Group about 2 years ago run an across a state analysis for us. So you can see that across from Memphis to Knoxville, how much of depth and breadth in artificial intelligence we have. So again, here is a unique opportunity for artificial intelligence to kind of ride the wave of, look, we are 6th in economic growth, 9th in net migration, 16th in infrastructure. So the opportunity is how can we use that to uplift the state, for example, in GDP or educational attainment. And AI is one of these solutions to do so. Okay, so AI Tennessee is basically built to deliver, and we're very open to collaborate. This is kind of how we move from planning to action, but also very grounded. We're trying to understand and converse with our partners strategically, but also we remain nationally engaged. For example, on the right-hand side here, you see that last year, the federal government put an RFI to respond, to build this national AI action plan. So together with a lot of collaborators, what unfortunately you see here, first of all, it's a really extensive document. And here, Dr. Jasbir Dhaliwal, the VPR here at Memphis, together with other leaders, we put forward with various collaborators like SPEAKR, we put forward how we can use AI Tennessee to scale up and the AI capabilities, but also how it can be a national model. Okay, since we are constantly collaborating, communicating, and because we want to build these various capabilities here in artificial intelligence. So anyway, I'm gonna keep it short and sweet because I'm more interested in the conversation, and rather than me telling you what we are doing, I want to get. I'm like an AI. I want to learn. I want input data so we can get the best answer. So I'm gonna wrap up with you, and I want to leave you with a very simple reminder. What we stand for. This is our ABC, as I say. Yes, artificial intelligence, that's our A. B, business intelligence. But just as importantly, community intelligence. We do not build like a technology model also. We build a community, a citizen engaging model. So if you like to get involved, you like to participate, please send an email to this. And with that, I'm done. I'm really interested in having a wonderful conversation for the rest of this time of 5 years. Thank you so much for listening.